5 natural remedies that benefit from sore throat. The following 5 products that can be found in the kitchen really relieve your pain when you have a cold or a sore throat. Honey, a remedy familiar to everyone from childhood, can really help relieve the symptoms of a cold. Natural honey has a powerful antibacterial effect. It perfectly strengthens the immune system and prevents inflammatory processes. In addition, honey is a source of antioxidants, phenolic acids and flavonoids. They reliably protect cells from damage by free radicals, improve skin condition and prevent aging. Eat a spoonful of honey when you drink tea or coffee. The main thing is not to dissolve honey in hot liquid. Under the influence of high temperatures, it loses its beneficial properties and turns into additional carbohydrates. LYAMBLYA. Currently, the most common type of parasite is this, Lyamblia. Lyamblia is a simple, unpretentious creature. He himself reproduces in the human body. The symptoms of Lyamblia will be no appetite, difficulty eating breakfast in the morning, walking all day on an empty stomach. Children will have whims, irritability, spontaneous diarrhea and constipation. It turns out that white spots on the face are not always a symptom of vomiting. They can also be from fungi. Lyamblia is often given an enema, whereas it is useless to do an enema in case of loss. Because the enema does not reach the place where Lyamblia settled. Lyamblia parasitizes more on the bile ducts, the duodenum. When we eat food, it goes to the duodenum after the stomach, so that the food is digested. Lyamblia feeds on the necessary vitamins, minerals, potassium, calcium for a person on 12 fingers. Lyamblia can be infected from unboiled water and drinks. One of the methods of treating Lyamblia is taking the drug that kills it for 5 days. But before giving this medicine, it is necessary to thoroughly examine the liver. Then the dead Lyamblias should be taken down for 5 days. If 20 days or 1 month are given grass-dried corn papug, Lyamblia will die. Lyamblia does not need treatment lying down. ASTRISA. The most common parasite in children is Ostrisa, common vomiting, which calls enterobiosis disease. These helminths will be an average of 1 centimeter in size, that is not large, white-gray in color, with a bent body. The location of these parasites is the large intestine. Sometimes they can also be located in the lower part of the small intestine. An increase in the size of the oyster occurs around the skin of the anal hole. At night, the Ostrisa female goes to the folds of the skin to lay her eggs. In girls it often goes to the lips of the vagina as well. These helminths live 1–1.5 months of life. The child's self-harm causes him to be restless for years. The parasite can also be seen in feces with a simple, not armed, eye. The fact that Ostrisa gets into the stomach and intestines means that the body is damaged by parasites. Ostrisa eggs fall into the external environment with contaminated feces. The outer shell of the eggs is resistant to unfavorable environments and is very small in size. The child holds everything with his hands in order to study the environment, to know the taste and composition of the bodies, and also takes them to his mouth. In this way, Ostrisa's eggs fall into her future little master organism. Ostrisa 20 centimeters, from 40 centimeters, will be up to lives for 21 days. The easiest way to treat oyster is to pay attention to cleanliness. In the soldier, another common type of parasite, common in children, is ascari. These nematodes measure 15 centimeters, reaches up to. The parasite settles in the bladder of the small intestine and eats the falling food. The soldier rarely falls into the feces. In a female soldier, their eggs can be found in fecal analysis. If eggs are not found in the analysis of feces, this does not mean that the child was not infected with the soldier. Ascari's life cycle can reach several years. Due to the low ability of the child's organism to fight, the parasite can easily reproduce. It can also be damaged by vomiting through unwashed fruits and contaminated water. Most often, damage can also be observed in children's communication with animals, when they play in the soil and sand from which their litter fell. Children do not wash their hands after playing on the street. Parasites get into the organism at this time. Therefore, all children can be equally harmed, regardless of living conditions and educational environment. Detection methods after the child is affected and the first signs appear. When parasites are suspected, the following activities must be carried out. Stool analysis is taken 3 times, the interval should be several days. Analysis of blood for helminths. General analysis of blood to ostrich eggs, as an additional check. Internal members UTIs, X-ray, CT and MRI. These examinations determine the location of parasites in other organs. Note the disease occurs individually in each person, taking into account that before taking what kind of treatment, be sure to consult a doctor. Parasites will not bother you if you take time for yourself twice a year, see a doctor and check, and the main thing is that you pay attention to hygiene and cleanliness.